Some might say his number is often found in London phone boxes as a high-class gigolo. Others might say he is a sparring partner for a group of bare-knuckle fighters. But we know him as Joe Pirrie, the best man.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a little nervous, but I've never had anything this shape quite so close to my mouth before. I made that up 5 minutes ago. I have been doing it quite a long time. Anyway, for me, today represents a wonderful break of tradition. Because I don't know about the rest of you, but I've never been in a room with Chris and Andrew before, where Chris has been allowed to speak first. So I'm glad to see he's asserting himself so early on in his marriage. I've got a few telegrams and cards to read out. Right. Anyway, one final point about Lynn is that, for those of you who don't know, the bar is just opposite over there. If in doubt, follow Dan Naylor. Anyway, Chris and I met in September 1993 in Beaumont Hall, which is a hall of residence at Leicester University. And we soon realised that we had a lot in common. We play rugby together, and, well, play rugby, and golf and watching sport, and generally drinking and avoiding our intellectual activities at all costs. Chris was a lot better at this than I was. He just refused to do his exams. Hence his Leicester University career ended after about 15 months, where he went to Bristol and met that one over there. Yeah. Where he graduated finally and managed to set himself up as a career in being an independent financial whatever. Anyway. After a couple of years in Bristol, he decided to move to London to start a new career. And then, all of a sudden, decided to become a professional tour golfer. Enough said about that, better. But it was at this end of this bout of recklessness that he did meet the lovely lady he sat next to today. And for those of you who are confused, that is Andrea, not her mother Elaine. Unfortunately for Chris and Andrea, Dan and I were there at the very beginning. We were in the Hammersmith Palais that night. We had been on a 10-hour drinking session. And Chris's red eyes caught the eyes of the lovely Andrea across the dance floor. Dan obviously did what he normally does, shimmies across and goes up there and says, which, for those of you who don't know Dan, that's where he'll be speaking in about 3 hours' time. That generally meant, I think, my mate fancies you. I don't remember much about that evening, but I do remember Chris's chat-up line, and although I can't repeat it now, I can only assume Andrew obliged. So the seed was sown. Good thing Dan didn't introduce it to me. And Chris and Andrew have been pretty much inseparable ever since, which is a great thing, because I believe in Andrew you found someone who's loving, kind, sympathetic to your bowel movements, and mostly tolerant of your friends. That's how you say, tolerant of most of your friends. Andrea has also found somebody very special. Unfortunately, he can't be here today. But Chris, to me, you are a brilliant friend. You're a great guy to hang out with, and I hope that we spend many, many days and hours together in the future. And it is a true honour for me to be your best man at your first marriage. Anybody else sweating? Now I must say a few words about the stacking. The mankini, the tight dress, the wig and the moustache and the stockings really made an absolutely wonderful outfit for Chris. He wore it beautifully. I did, however, lose the long white gloves that he had on as well. I have, however, found Lewis's gloves. So I'll give these back to you. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. So anyway, Chris behaved absolutely impeccably on his stag do, which is a good thing because a couple of years ago he didn't. We went out to St Andrews for a golf weekend in the middle of June. Now, let me set the scene for you. We sat there, the weather was absolutely appalling. We were in a nice hotel, had nothing else to do but drink. Pretty much like this afternoon then. And we all had an awful lot to drink. At about 3 a.m, Chris was making me look sober, so I just suggested to him that he should go to bed. He trotted off, and what happened in the next half hour is the stuff of legend. For those of us who remained in the bar, water started leaking from the ceiling. I don't believe Chris has ever had a chance to tell Andrew the story, but apparently the hotel do have it all on CCTV. Water started leaking from the ceiling. The barman, who was also the duty manager, legged it upstairs, let himself into Chris's room, which was obviously just above the bar. Jimbo was passed out. Chris was fast asleep in the shower. Buttock on the drain. Now, why on earth would he be showering at 3:15 in the morning? I'll leave that one up to your imagination. There is an old saying though that says, "Don't shit on your own doorstep." I believe it's meant